Every seed has an invisible period, the time between when the seed is recognized and held within, and when it appears as physical expression. During this invisible period, the seed is developing, thinking is nourishing it, germination is proceeding, pattern is being formed below the surface. Everything is happening, but the surface shows nothing, or it shows the old expression, what was already there before the new seed was held, and conditions continue to present the old reality, and the five senses continue to report on what has already appeared. This is the invisible period, and this is precisely where steadfastness is most required. This is the 7-minute daily focus, day 185 of 365, to focus on the world within from the world without. Today's focus, the law of steadfastness, steadfastness and the invisible period. Pause for a moment. Every seed has an invisible period, the time between when the seed is recognized and held within, and when it appears as physical expression. During this invisible period, the seed is developing, thinking is nourishing it, germination is proceeding, pattern is being formed below the surface. Everything is happening, but the surface shows nothing, or it shows the old expression, what was already there before the new seed was held, and conditions continue to present the old reality, and the five senses continue to report on what has already appeared. This is the invisible period, and this is precisely where steadfastness is most required. Pause. The invisible period is the real test of steadfastness, because during the invisible period, everything the thinker experiences without appears to contradict what they are sustaining within. The seed says development is proceeding. The surface says nothing has changed. The seed says expression is coming. The five senses say we see no evidence of it. In this gap between the within and the without, steadfastness is either present or it is not. The thinker who lacks steadfastness follows the surface in the invisible period. They abandon the seed, they take the surface's report as the truth of what is real, and development, which was proceeding, pauses, and the invisible period extends, sometimes indefinitely, because steadfastness was withdrawn before the development completed. Thought is within, effect is without, thinking stands between. Pause for a moment. The steadfast thinker does not abandon the seed in the invisible period. They understand what the invisible period is, not an absence of development, a period of development below the surface, the most active period, in metaphysical terms, of the entire process. The seed is not dormant in the invisible period. The seed is being fully developed, pattern is being formed, alignment is being established. The full metaphysical actuality of the physical expression is being assembled below the surface, out of sight. And when that assembly is complete, when development has reached the threshold of physical expression, the surface changes, not before, not because the thinker pushed. When development is complete, steadfastness is what allows that completion to occur. It is the quality that holds the seed in the quality ground through the entire invisible period, until completion, until expression, without interruption. Pause. The invisible period is the most challenging part of development, not because anything is going wrong, because nothing is yet visible. The seed is developing, the thinking is sustained, the ground is quality, the development is real, and nothing is yet visible on the surface. The five senses report nothing that matches what is held within. The thinker who has not developed steadfastness interprets this invisible period as absence of development, as failure of the seed to take hold, as evidence that something must be wrong, and they redirect thinking accordingly away from the seed toward the condition of its absence. And in redirecting, they interrupt the very development they concluded was absent. The thinker who understands the invisible period knows that it is not evidence of absence, it is the nature of unfolding. Unfolding moves from within to without. It is always invisible before it is visible, always developing before it is expressed, always complete within before it is seen without. The invisible period is not a sign of failure. It is the sign that development is in process, that the seed is building from within toward its expression, and what is building from within, held steadfastly through the invisible period, must become visible. In its time, not the thinker's time, but inevitably because it is developing, and development completes itself. Now, the affirmation for day 185. Pause for a moment. I remain, and the surface does not move me from the seed. What is not yet seen does not discourage me. What is already seen does not distract me. I am steadfast, not because conditions are favorable, because what is within is real, and what is real unfolds without haste, without doubt, without interruption. Because I remain steadfast, focused, and because I remain, the unfolding completes, and what completes must physically express. Remember, by design, by focus.